As you might expect. Joining us for more, Sam Stanley, Dealing Director at Halo Financial. It's age, Sam, my eyesight is on the wall.
For us, I suffer from that.
Look, Euro's obviously being pressured by all these concerns about sovereign default, or the risk of it, or sovereign debt. I won't say default, that seems silly. At the same time, of course, we're going to get a view on US growth. Which way's out in the end?
Well, at the end of the day, we've already seen the risks taken off the table. Everyone sold the euro, etc. US dollars in play. So really, we're going to be looking at non-farm payrolls for the next move. It's as simple as that. If it's a good figure, we should see a bit of a spike back up in currencies like the euro, and certainly the dollar will probably sell off as the safe haven is less necessary. If it's a bad figure, then it's really going to start pushing through those support levels. And we just keep on breaking them on the way down, Ross. So it's a major figure. I mean, it's always a major figure, non-farm payrolls Friday, but even more so, I think, now.
Sam, this is Nicole Evan in the United States. Should we be worried about sovereign debt levels in the United States as well?
Not really. I mean, we hear about the United States and the UK as well. Personally, I think they are of concern. It has been brought up, but really nothing compared to what you're seeing in Greece, Spain and Portugal at the moment. I mean, the credit default swaps over there are blowing out massive levels at the moment. So personally, Nicole, I don't think that's something that the market's particularly worried about as we speak.
Sam, this is Van from Singapore. Hi.
Hi there, Van.
Let's sort of step away from the non-farm payrolls report, which could be quite noisy, and the benchmark revisions would tell us that what we thought was important 1 year ago is completely a different number. So, I mean, in the State of the Union address, US President said he would like to double the US exports in 5 years, and President Sarkozy called for a Bretton Woods 3 in Davos. How are they going to get there?
Well, really, I mean, it's going to be a challenge for both of them. I mean, Obama clearly wants to get his way out of the slowdown through exports. The US are a great manufacturer. They manufacture, a lot of goods to China, but that's all of a sudden that's gone the other way around, and they've become a net importer and obviously the buyer of last resort. They need the dollar to be relatively, I wouldn't say weak, but they don't want the dollar to be incredibly strong. They need to invest in their own infrastructure, obviously, and they need to steer clear of trade barriers as well. I mean, that's the first thing. With regards to Sarkozy, I mean, he's already come out and talked about the strong euro. He's going to be over the moon with euro falling, as it has, about 9% over the last couple of months. So for them, they've got a strong manufacturing base, and obviously in France and Germany. I just think they need to make sure they keep their costs low, wage spiralling, etc. You tend to get from the strong unions over there. They need to get that under control, and they should be okay.
Sam, this is Christine here.
Hi, Christine.
Over in China, they've come out to defend their UN policy. Of course, we know that trade tensions have been rising between the US and China. Are you surprised?
What, with the yen situation?
With the Chinese coming out to defend his UN policy, I mean, really, it's no surprise, right?
No, well, absolutely not. I mean, we've seen how many times have we seen this, Christine? I mean, it happens all the time. I think the timing's interesting. I mean, tensions are very, very high at the moment between China and the US. There's a number of reasons why, but certainly President Obama meeting with the Dalai Lama wouldn't have helped. So I think that interesting timing, but the same rhetoric. We get it all the time, and really some things never change.
Van, what's your take? I mean, it's interesting. The U.S. wants the Chinese to do something about its currency, but is this really the right way to do it?
No, maybe in the heart of hearts, they don't want China to revalue, because they know that the more public pressure you put on them, the more resistance they will get from China. And maybe that's what the American producers who have set up shop in China want, that the yuan be undervalued from their perspective. So I think we need to look at the political dynamics of who really wants a weaker yuan and who wants a stronger yuan in the U.S. to understand what's going on here.
So it's reverse psychology?
Perhaps, because US knows that the more they ask in public, the less they're going to get.
All right, Ross. Ross, is reverse psychology.
Yeah, it's always reverse psychology. Right, thanks very much. V, we'll come back to you a little bit later. Sam, we'll let you go.
Thanks, Ross.
It's particularly reverse psychology in the currency markets. If anybody can predict those, you're doing particularly well. Right, as far as the stock market action is concerned, well, today in Europe, we are